let's get started. Welcome in. Let's get settled in. Testing audio here. Testing mic. Testing audio here. Testing mic. Sounds good to me. So let's talk about what we're doing. My name is Phil. Welcome to Wilder Fiction. This is our first stream. Technically our second stream. We streamed a little bit last night testing this project. So we're going to give it a go tonight. We'll see how far we get. My goal here is to chronicle myself scripting Final Fantasy VII. This is not new. There are other scripts out there. And that being the case, I would like to highlight a couple of them. This one by Yenza. There's a script on Final Fantasy fandom. Lateo. And Okong at Neoseeker. So, I'm not doing something groundbreaking or new. But I am doing this because I want to have the script like a screenplay in ebook format. Obviously to make available for free to the community as a tool or resource. And in doing so, I don't want to necessarily just take someone else's effort and throw it into an ebook and format it. So therefore, I'm going to embark on scripting this game myself. And maybe you'll want to come along with me. It's going to be chill. We're going to be learning as we go, both in the streaming realm and in the how we most effectively accomplish the scripting. But it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. We have our notepad ready to go. We've got our game ready to go. Let's move our cursor. Again, going to check volume real quick. All right. Drop the audio slightly on the game. So yeah, let's have some fun. An iconic intro, to say the least. I have played through Final Fantasy VII multiple times, but I am by no means an expert. So one thing I am excited about here is being able to play through this at a slower pace and really take in the writing. This is the Steam version played through the Seventh Heaven mod manager, so we do have some graphical mods. We are also playing with invincibility on, and we're going to be playing with no random encounters because, again, we have a very specific goal in what we're trying to do here. And playing the game normally is not on the list of things I'm trying to accomplish. Something that we discovered in last night's stream was that there was a setting in Seventh Heaven that was preventing music. So being able to come in here and immediately hear the bombing run theme, it's encouraging. This might just go fairly well. You also will have noticed I have our first piece of dialogue here already done. But yeah, we're playing the Steam version. I also need to remember to turn up the battle speed, or else our boss battles are going to be longer, more drawn out than they need be. Let's go ahead and do that. There we go. Now for our first run here, I am only going to focus on the main plot. And in that, I'm also not necessarily going to be capturing the dialogue from NPCs outside of, like, on a mission sort of around the area. So when we get to the Sector 7 slums in this playthrough, I'm not necessarily going to go around and talk to everyone and compile those pieces of dialogue, although I do want to eventually do that. And if I miss a couple of characters here and there, you know, we'll figure it out. And I also have a notepad here with some names. Let's see where I saved that last night. There we go. he was in Soldier. But he's not anymore. Now, I can't remember how much, if any, the Steam version translation differs from like the original. I know most of the originals are kind of maligned a little bit for poor translations. I don't care. Once this job's over, I'm out of here. I might go ahead and give some direction here. Cloud shakes his head. Just to make it a little bit easier on me later on. They don't want me to know that Barrett's name is Barrett quite yet. What the hell are you all doing? I thought I told you never to move in a group. Our targets, the North Mako reactor, will meet on the bridge in front of it. So reactor number 1, which we saw in the preview video. Ex-soldier, huh? Group runs through door. It's all caps because it's tough. I don't trust you. But here's my name and it's Barrett. We are also not going to be including the gamey dialogue because again, I want to eventually like turn this into a screenplay type recording. So we're going to avoid those. I'm also a little bit out of camera. Let's move this around. It's a little bit better because I like to lean in sometimes to the keyboard while we run. Okay. Oh, a little pan shot here looking up at the reactor. I need to disable random battles. We're going to see some bugs here and there, I noticed, in my testing, so we'll ignore that. I hit both of those most definitely disabled. Okay, we should be good. Warning, intruder. Intruder. Alright, so let's go over here and catch some dialogue from Wedge. Wedge. I'll secure our escape passage. You concentrate on the mission, Cloud. We will... Oh. Jeez, we're really gonna blow this huge furnace up. This'll be something to see. We will try to exhaust the dialogue as well. We only have one to deal with there. Because something that I'm wanting to compile for myself, and if other people find it interesting as well, but I want to be able to read through or search, you know, if this is like in a PDF format or if it's on a Kindle, so I can search, I can make highlights, and have it be sort of a research resource. So exhausting dialogue will help with that. And we're about to get our first bit of exposition here. Yo, this your first time in a reactor? Is it? No. After all, I did work for Shinra, you know. The planet's full of Mako energy. I accidentally typed Mojo energy, but I like that as well. Mako energy. People here use it every day. That's how we have electricity. But it's the lifeblood of this planet, Gaia. But Shinra keeps sucking the blood out with these weird machines. It's a very Waka from Final Fantasy X line. The Machina, right? I'm not here for a lecture. That's me. Let's just do it. Down to business. Alright. You come with me from now on. Teaming up. Alright, so I'm trying to remember who actually unlocks the door here. Biggs and I'm realizing that, which I think this is actually, is that the first time that we actually have a name? Names are all caps in screenplays, so let's adhere to that while we're still early on. Jesse. Cloud. Cloudy. Well, I guess it definitely was not the first time. That's alright. Not too bad. We'll keep Shinra lower title case until it refers to the actual name instead of the company. Because then I got the code for this door. It's like a Rogue One situation. Alright. Code deciphered. What if the code didn't work? Alright. Now, I think we reverse it. So we go Biggs. Biggs, Jesse, Cloud, run it to next room. Think how many of our people risked their lives just for this code. Just like Rogue One. Code deciphered. That will be a little bit of a theme. Oh, not an ellipsis. Anything? Nope. So Jesse presses elevator. Call button. Push that button over there. A little bit of game direction, but still makes sense in a screenplay. Switch on. Let's pick up Barrett here, and Barrett's about to give us another little speech. Well, actually, I guess Barrett was with us, canonically. Little by little, the reactors will drain out all the life. He's still on his impassioned speech from earlier. Gotta love that. Then that'll be that. Earth will die out. A little bit of nihilism here from Cloud. It's not my problem. Let somebody else deal with it. The planet's dying. By the way, this is literally one of my favorite tracks of music. In the original and remake, I think I've got the, let me see, what is this called in the mods? Symphonic remasters. It doesn't matter. If I'm hearing the bell tones and that ominous choir, I'm into it. Love it. Really sets the tone for this initial bombing run. Always has, always will. Planet's dying, Cloud. Cloud, only thing I care about is finishing this job before security and the robo-guards. Not the robo-guards. Come. Barrett doesn't like that. Let's give him Barrett. What do we want to say? What does he do? Barrett shakes his fist in anger. It'll do good enough for now. G. Get another little bit of gamification instructions we'll ignore. I'll pick up an item. Won't need it, but I'm addicted. M3, 15M. We will pick up this save. Save over my test. And we're gonna get some nice mysterious dialogue here. Pan down, little cutscene, pick up, restore. Here we go. When we blow this place, it ain't gonna be nothing more than a hunk of junk. Cloud, you set the bomb. Shouldn't you do it? Just do it. Still a bit of hesitation on Barrett's part. We're going to see that for a little while. Fine, I'll do it. Love this. Watch out. So let's call this internal voice, maybe? Inner voice. Watch out. This isn't just a reactor. Always a fascinating little bit of mystery there. Love it. Love this setup. This is one of the best like tutorial stages of all time. And this is not going to be the first, or this is not going to be the only time that Cloud has a little episode in one of these reactors, and Barrett's, perhaps rightfully suspicious, is paying this guy to do a job, and he's supposed to be a soldier first class, and he's having a little bit of performance issues. Here it comes. I have to actually look back. I missed what it said. Hurry it up. Yes, sorry. Checking the tape. Little challenge flag here. Heads up, here it comes. Okay. Heads up, here it comes. Now, seems crazy, but was that an exclamation mark? It was. Wanted to make sure the characterization of Barrett there is accurate and correct. We are also not going to necessarily worry about, we'll probably get some dialogue here with instructions about how to not take damage, and we're not going to worry about it necessarily. Because again, it's kind of gamey, right? It's like, oh, here's instructions about the boss. Whereas I'm a little bit more interested in the narrative. So. Big shot. And he's going to tell me not to attack it. It's going to counterattack. We don't care. Because of our invincibility. And it gives me my limit break. Fine, I'll wait it out just for the the frames. Bum, 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 bum. All right. I actually did not play this game for the first time until I was an adult. "10 minutes to detonation." I should make it out no problem. Not going to worry about saving there. Let's risk it. Really risking it. Really risking it. Are we gonna make it, chat? Are we gonna make it? Especially with all of these random encounters. Can we make it? Switch on, going back up. I always forget who to talk to first. I guess correctly. There's our code deciphered again. And then I think it's... Can I catch it? I don't remember if she says anything. And that was our bombing run. Let's title this Train to Sector 7. That should keep the planet going at least a little longer. Now everyone get back. I'm about to blast it. Let's get out of here. So, immediately seeing the destruction around the reactor, it's pretty wild, man. Pretty wild. I felt like the first time I played this, it didn't really sink in, like, how bad it was. Like, how bad they messed up this place. It's interesting. Alright, now let's get out of here. Rendezvous at Sector 8 Station. Split up and get on the train. Cloyd. An interesting way to do that. I'll keep it for now, but I would probably put a dash there. Wait till we get back. That is a reasonable request, I would say. There's fire blazing out of a reactor. Loveless 625. Alright, this is going to be our first instance of branching dialogue, so I've got an idea of how to take care of that. Alright, so Cloud, what we're going to do is we are going to also this is one of those things I'll have to look up later what the other option is, because I'm not about to like quit and reload. So we'll do we'll do a bracket, we'll do 1, and let's actually put that underneath the header. You'd better get out of here. And then we're gonna go down and we're gonna go ahead and do 2. Nothing. Okay. And then I will put a note there to remember to come back to that. You'd better get out of here. Okay. Wait, so... Okay. So what we can do is... bring Cloud back in here. Like this. And then carry the conversation on like this. I don't know what's going on, but all right. Yeah, I mean, how crazy would it be to be just walking around up there, selling some flowers, minding your own business, and the nearby reactor blows up on you? Right. Like I said earlier, I'm not going to include sort of the ambient field stuff for now. Soldier, but not soldier. And we're going to opt to skip all these. I actually don't know. What is the difference? I don't have time to mess around. Ah! I don't have enough time to mess around with you guys. I don't know. I'll have to go back and look at that one. Yeah, I don't know what, like, is it, what happens, like, if you fight all of them versus not? Is it just free experience? A game with grinding, it's like, that doesn't really matter. Cloud never came. Cloud. I think he was killed. Barrett's like, that guy literally cannot die. He might have to take a knee in front of the reactor because he's having some sort of episode, but he's not gonna die. I promise. Say, do you think Cloud's going to stay on and fight for Avalanche? Oh, with excitement. How the hell would I know? Do I look like a mind reader? Feels like there could be a little bit of an expletive right there. That would have been great. That would have been fantastic. If y'all weren't such screw-ups. Definitely projecting there. I feel like it seems like Barrett is not sure how to process one of his team members not showing up. even if he doesn't like that team member. I think we've got a Barrett who is obviously cares for his team no matter what, so we'll give the Barrett slams fist onto crate. Just like Geostigma, Cloud asking for money is infecting the team. Was that Biggs or Wedge that asked that? I have it as Wedge. No, I'm not sure. Yeah, it was Wedge. Instincts are correct. Is this a collective sigh? Everyone? Or is that Wedge? That's interesting to think about if it's like a collective sigh, like of relief, of a little bit of like anxiety maybe. I like it as collective. We'll go Cloud swings into train car abruptly. Everyone. I like the nuance there in Jesse's ellipses. We'll go Biggs and Wedge. Cloud. Jesse. Cloud. A little bit of swooning already. He did save her twice on the bridge. Oh, smooth little bastard here. Looks like I'm a little late. You damn right you're late. Now the tough guy persona can come back up since Cloud is clearly okay, right? Come waltzing in here. Making a big scene. Feels kind of like a parent who is very worried, and then once they know that the kid is okay, then they can be frustrated. It's no big scene, just what I always do. Some bravado, perhaps some false bravado, especially when we consider what we're gonna find out about Cloud later. Like days ago, he was unconscious, and he's also never really been beyond a recruit, so he's obviously also taking on someone else's memories / persona, so a little bit of that. Let's see, it's no big scene. Also, spoilers for this game. I figure if you're going to sit here and watch me script it out, you've already seen this. Otherwise, I don't see how interesting this will be to partake of this game in this way. Alright, let's make sure we get this correct. We've got a parentheses don't think Joplin's gonna like this too much. Yep, look. It's not gonna like this too much. I think that's right. No one but yourself. Just got to deal with that being italicized. Yeah. Unless I may, what if I put 2? Or I might have to just come up with my own. Because I think, yeah, it's going to continue it on forever. Thanks to the markdown. So, what would be a good. Maybe the $sign? Then we go parentheses. Let's go straight there. Let's go $sign after the percentage. So it keeps the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It keeps the 5 characters for the 4-letter word. You don't give a damn about no one but yourself. Shrug. Again, let's do Cloud shrugs. You were worried about me. A little bit of joke here. Knows that it'll get to Barrett. And it does. We're moving out. Follow me. Two exclamation points from Wedge on this. Again, after he did that earlier, it's obvious he's excited to see Cloud, maybe more than anyone else. A little bit of a fanboy, if you will. Hey, Cloud will do even better next time. Now Jesse, my hero. Careful, I'll shut this. Jesse seals train car door. Oh, Cloud. 2 exclamation marks this time. Ellipses earlier. Again, potentially like a swooning situation earlier. Now it's kind of flirty here. Is pitch black. Jesse removes smudges from Cloud's face. There you go. thanks for helping me back there at the reactor. That's an understatement. Literally saved your life. Alright, so we are now in the train, and so this is going to be train announcer. Last train out of Sector 8 station. Last stop is Sector 7 train graveyard. Expected time of arrival is 23 a.m. Midgar Standard Time. Middle of the night. Wow. I also typed that at 12:26 a.m. my time. Yeah, that would have been so close. That's funny. Let's go. Is he a Shinra businessman? Maybe. I'm thinking in the remake it's a Shinra businessman. We'll just call him a businessman. Also, we'll say business associate. This is why I hate the last train. Who boy? Ellipsis. A shake of the head. Alright. Now, I'm not going to worry about talking to the other civilians, but let's see what Barrett says here. Stop acting like a damn kid. Sit down and shut up. There we go. Anything else? Nope. Alright, so we want to go Biggs here. This train hasn't switched to security mode yet. I'm sure that will change by tomorrow. Anything else? Oh, yes. Nice. That sure took its toll on me. I'm gonna sleep till we get to the station. Alright, let's try to hit Wedge here before Jesse. Someday, Avalanche is gonna be famous. And me too. A bit of ironic foreshadowing, unfortunately. Cloud. Double exclamation again. Aw, don't you think I got a bright future ahead of me? Okay. So I believe what we did earlier is we went ahead and bracket one cloud. I'm also going to, what do you have in mind? But that's not what I want to select this time. Again, well, like earlier, I took honestly the my my least favorite option earlier with Aerith, because I guess I'm kind of role playing it here, where it's hard for me to be rude to Aerith in that situation, but Cloud is a man, a young man on a mission who is acting like a soldier first class. So he's got the rough and gruff persona here. So we're going to go with the second option. So we're going to bracket again, and we're going to go Cloud, and we're going to go don't hold your breath. We're going to go Wedge. Oh man, that's pretty harsh. Cloud. Interesting. I don't know how intentional it is, but interesting choice to go period Cloud period. Because that's almost it's no longer evocative anymore. It really does highlight how excited he has been. Double exclamation. And now, oh man, that's pretty harsh. Cloud. Interesting bit of punctuation there, if again those intentional. You really think I won't? Wow, and then that's it. Oh, can we actually pick the other option this time as well? Oh, maybe not. Let's see. Nope. Okay. Alright, so now we've got Hey Cloud. You know what? I keep forgetting. Jeez Louise, I keep forgetting to do all caps here. Alright, I think I got them all now. Hey Cloud, you want to look at this with me. It's a map of the Midgar rail system. Let's look at it together. I'll explain it to you. I like this kind of stuff. Bombs and monitors. Flashy stuff. Technology stuff. Okay, it's about to start. Steps up to the monitor next to Jesse. This is a complete model of the city of Midgar. I love this little sequence here. This is cool. It's about a 1/10,000 scale, because we just get dropped in medias res, obviously, and especially obviously in the late 90s. At that point, we've had a lot of sci-fi and other mediums, but for a video game, complex societal structure as much as this one is, with the plate up top and the city down below, and they did a pretty good job of showing it in that sweeping opening shot, but it's we really got to make sure that you understand what's going on here. And this is a great little way to do it with this, with like the blueprint here. The top plate is about, I mean, yes, it is. It is the dictionary definition of exposition, but I think it's warranted with something as alien as this. Provide Midgar with the electricity. Yep, I called that out earlier. So the bombing of that reactor causes a blackout in Sector 1. So the people above the plates, or on top of the plate, are definitely in the dark at the moment because it is after midnight. Each town used to have a name, which is an interesting little piece of lore that I didn't catch the first couple times I played. It's like they didn't have to do that, but it really does show, like, it's a really, really minor way of showing how the industrialization of Shinra has turned everyone. I mean, it's a little on the nose, but in the way that, like, it's presented in this line, it feels subtle. But it's just that, you know, the industrialization over time has turned everyone into numbers, you know? Like, they had names, now they're numbers. There's really, especially in literature, like, there's not really a better way to dehumanize a character than to not name them, right? As soon as you name something, there's that inherent expectation that there's someone that we want to remember, there's someone that's going to have some sort of backstory or some sort of character growth. You remove that name, you just refer to them as, in this case, a number, and that inherently provides an expectation that they're not as special. It is a literary trope at this point, I will admit. That's how things turned out. Such an interesting line there. That's how things turned out. It's like we hoped for more. We were perhaps on a trajectory for more, but things turned out differently. Just a really interesting way to word that. Kind of as a Midgarian, as someone who lives in Midgar, grew up in Midgar, had hopes and dreams about Midgar, an interesting sort of like perspective of defeat, and one that's not even really presented as like she's even super sad about it. It's just like such an acceptance of defeat that is just matter of factly. So just a cool little piece of writing there. should be coming around the center right now. Each checkpoint has an ID sensor device. You can see how much exposition this is. But again, I just like this sequence here. I love the world of Final Fantasy VII, so I like these little pieces of exposition, just like earlier with Barrett, really laying out his position in the world. I feel like we missed a word there, and that's gonna bug me. Another little piece of world building and character building here. That's an interesting line to keep in there. Our longest monologue so far. Let's see, got anything else for me? I know. Oh, interesting. Okay, we're gonna split this off though. I know. Next time, I'll make one just for you. What is she talking about there? Oh, an ID card. So like he didn't have an ID card? Interesting. Okay, I don't know if I've ever tried to talk to her again here. I'm assuming she's talking about the ID card. Okay, so we did brackets. One cloud thinks anyway, and two cloud looking forward to it. Again, we're gonna go the more abrupt route. Let's see what that does. Thanks anyway. A nod. Oh. Oh, I definitely have never tried to talk to her again here. You might regret it. I'm the type who takes things personal. Interesting. She's got a lot to say. We're almost there after talking with you. I'm ready to try. I think you've lit my fuse. I don't know what they're talking about now. What are they talking about? Did I miss? I don't think I missed anything, right? I mean, we're talking about ID checks, checkpoints, the route. That's interesting. I don't know what she's talking about. See if Wedge has got anything for me. Yep. Nice. I'm seeing stars. This sucks. I hate the dark. Which is another interesting piece of world building, since they live beneath the plate. Him seeing stars, honestly not used to it, probably being above the plate and being above the plate at night. Now Biggs said he was going to take a nap, which is actually rendered here in this mod, which is cool. Nice. This is cool. Snore. He be. Snore. Don't act so damn big. Barrett. Snooze. Cool little pieces of dialogue there. And then we've got another nice monologue from Barrett coming up. Surface now. This city don't have no day or night. So now they're seeing the actual ground, the plates above them now, because if you remember the spiral that Jesse was talking about, so now they've sort of eclipsed the plate. They're on the down part, and they don't actually have day or night. If that plate weren't there, we could see the sky, which was what was unnerving to Wedge a few moments ago. A floating city. Pretty unsettling scenery. This is a great example of how, kind of like with old movies that didn't really have the tech or like the CG to rely on shots or on being able to do certain things, and you just made it work. You were creative with like the constraints that you had. This is a good example of that, where like in the late 90s, they, other than that, what was more than likely horrendously expensive movie at the beginning, the preview movie, where they gave the nice establishing shot of Midgar. You don't really have it in the budget to do that a whole lot, right? So you've got to rely on that, and then you've got to get creative with your writing and establish world building and scene building, setting building with your dialogue, and they're doing a great job here. Floating city, pretty unsettling. The mention of the stars, having Jesse show you the spiral down, so now we're below the plate, and then you have Barrett, basically say that the plate is blocking out everything. You're just really hammering home what the world, as alien as it is, what the world is like for these people in the sector slums. See, Barrett loves Cloud. upper world. A city on a plate. It's because of that. Let's see if this one actually works. Doot. Doot. I actually like this one better. This might be my new... It's gonna bug me though if they aren't all the same though. Or I mean, not if they're all the same. If it's not like exactly how it is there. If that didn't bother me, then I would have that be my stock swear word. It's because of that, you know what he says, pizza, that people underneath are suffering. And the city below is full of polluted air. Again, just incredible world building here. On top of that, the reactor keeps draining up all the energy. Which we'll find out later that grass and flowers can't even grow, so why doesn't everyone move onto the plates? In 2023 terms, this is why doesn't everyone just buy a house? Interestingly. Shout out to the late 90s. Or maybe because they love their land, no matter how polluted it gets. No one lives in the slums because they want to. It's like this train can't run anywhere except where its rails take it. Very determinist. And that takes us to Sector 7. What did I use for this up here? I don't feel like I did that. I did 2 of them, okay. I did 2 of them. And then Sector 7. Let's get to this save point over here and call our first session in the bag. This has been a lot of fun. Next time I'm gonna have to figure out what to do with this microphone because it's forcing a typing angle that is not sustainable. My forearms should not be sore after this amount of typing, and it's 100% because of where the microphone is. This mission was a success, but don't get lazy now. Sounds like a good coach. The hard parts still to come. Don't y'all be scared of that explosion. Because the next one's gonna be bigger than that. Meet back at the hideout. Move out. Hour and 20 minutes into the project. Thank you for following along. This is gonna get we're gonna iron some things out, and we're gonna keep having fun with it. I'm gonna figure out what to do with my microphone and not injure my forearms and wrists. That's gonna be great. But yeah, this is quite the undertaking. But again, I'm really just wanting to have fun with the game, take it at a really slow pace, really kind of dive into the writing and the dialogue, and just kind of pick it apart as we go. I think we can learn a few things, and yeah, just enjoy the game that is Final Fantasy VII. So we'll see you next time.